Our report went slightly wider. We interviewed about 3,000 top business executives in the world. And we also cross-referenced in the Grant Thornton report it with the World Bank's information, the IMF, and the United Nations Human Development Report. And that certainly, all of these underpinned that we are one of the, and certainly in Africa, the top investment destination for FDI.
It's quite interesting on the back of some of the information that we've received. I mean, look at the story about the credit rating agencies and the story by people such as Jim O'Neill, who've always said that South Africa doesn't belong under BRICS. Countries such as Nigeria perhaps do belong. How does it stack up then against that assessment?
Yeah, that's fascinating. And whilst it's somewhat an economic discussion, and of course we're business advisors, not economists, what I did find fascinating in our research was actually that the GDP per capita of South Africa is higher than that both of China and of Nigeria. Now, okay, it's per capita, but that I found very, very interesting. Now, I think that certainly in the BRICS, I always say the BRICS is a capital B-R-I-C and then a small s. But certainly, nobody can deny the fact that we are both a significant player on the world markets, in the developed market, developing economies, and the emerging markets, and certainly the gateway to Africa.
Are you able to tell me, though, where these investment opportunities are? In which sectors? Manufacturing, mining, services, financial?
Well, I think it's common knowledge that most of our growth in any and most of these emerging markets, especially the developing markets, would come because it's raw materials based. And of course, that's the opportunity for us, is to add value to our base metals and the minerals, etc. But also our financial services. Do not forget that our financial system, and indeed our banking sector, is ranked amongst one of the top 10 in the world. Our JSE, the stock exchange, is ranked in the top 20 in the world. So we have a very robust, strong and well-controlled financial sector, which is the gateway to many other areas of development. However, we should also realize that many South African businesses, and I think it's 80% told us that they're looking at investing in Africa, using South Africa's stability and financial stability as a springboard.
And your report comes a day before President Jacob Zuma presents the State of the Nation address later on this evening. Is there anything particularly that the report identifies as a challenge that this country faces and that the president should address? Is there anything that you'd like to see the president address?
Well, far be it from me to advise the president. But if you look at our report, you'll find that not only South Africa, but indeed worldwide, one of the key barriers to economic expansion continues to be the right workers, or as I call the right skills. South Africa has a lot of workers, but we don't have a lot of skills. I think yesterday we saw something in the order of 2.3, 2.4% growth, which was lower than we think we'll have for the next 5 years. But already at that level, we find that that there's a shortage of skills here and abroad. Now, if you double that, you see the problem. So I would say that education and good quality education would rank very high for me. Another one I'd look at, if I was a foreign investor, would be the encouraging government to have consistency and efficiency and transparency in the application of our very good laws and regulations. So it doesn't just merely result in red tape that's a barrier.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time. Johan Blignaut. He's managing partner for Grant Thornton in Pretoria. Just a couple of seconds before 7:30, some of your SMSs. There is Joel in Port Elizabeth who has responded to the story about liquor sales on Sundays here in Gauteng. There's a discussion going on about what to do in as far as that is concerned. Joel says, regarding the proposed ban on liquor sales on Sunday, they should rather than ban it on Saturday, the original true Sabbath. For that matter, do people not buy more liquor on Saturdays than on Sundays? I wouldn't quite know. A lot of SMSs in response to the credit amnesty issue.